Hi everyone, Laurel here, Minnesota, Zone 5A. It's end of February. Just going to do a quick walkthrough. It's pretty windy today, so sorry if that you can hear that on the sound, but we have lamb's ear still looking good. That's always semi-evergreen. Creeping Jenny down here. This is phlox that still has some fresh sprouts down there. I'm not going to clean up anything for a few weeks yet. 9 bark. I do have some crocuses down here that are sprouting in our very warm winter. They'll be fine though. I also I was gonna say I didn't see the tulips earlier, but now you can see tulips are starting to sprout too. There's some over here. I kind of have a whole row of them. Yep. That is unheard of for the end of February. And I thought I noticed, okay, maybe the buds aren't too big on this dogwood. I was looking out the window, but I did see it was kind of starting to put on some buds. Once it warms up a little bit more permanently, I guess, I will be cutting this back pretty hard. You can see there's a lot of all those more brown stems in there. A lot of crowding in the center. It's a healthy plant, but definitely needs a hard cut back, and I kind of want to size control this dogwood because it's huge now. So I will be taking out a lot of those old branches and cutting it way back. So it'll be smaller this year, and the new growth is more vibrant red. So I'll have the top of it right now is vibrant red, but it gets more brown as it goes down. So I'll have more red stems next winter from cutting it back. Snow's kind of melting. Things are still dormant over here. I don't have any bulbs or anything, just perennials, shrubs. I do have some daffodils back in this area. These are usually the last ones to sprout though, because this is the only really full shade area that I have in the yard, so it does stay cooler until later in the spring. I don't see any signs yet. There's some grass, but yeah, no daffodils yet. Not surprised. The snow was kind of the perfect snow because it stayed cold enough where it sort of gradually melted. Warm up a little during the day this week, and then kind of freeze back up at night, so it kind of gradually melted and has been able, I think, most likely to seep in pretty well, which is ideal. I have a mix of bulbs here. You can see little green sprouts coming up. Some like native tulips, or species tulips, not the big Dutch ones, but little ones. I don't even know what. I planted a bunch of random smaller things over here. Still have the crocuses being protected by the wreath from the cold. I did plant some new bulbs in here, but I don't see any signs of those just yet. Still some sprouts. That's another phlox down there. Sorry, I can't see anything in the viewfinder right now from the sun. The rose bush that got chewed up by the rabbits. I mean, it looks healthy. Guess we'll see. I have noticed hellebore sprouts on some of the hellebores. I didn't look at this one though. Let me take a peek here. Yes, we have some bloom sprouts down here. So, spring is coming. Let's just cover that back up with leaves a little bit and it'll be fine. Those sprout early, they're cool season. It doesn't look like the daffodils that started coming up have really made any... Oh, I see they got eaten by critters a little bit. But not too many changes here in daffodil buds. That's fine. It did cool down quite a bit. The whatchamacallit, these viburnum always kind of set their buds early in the fall. They bud out early. This dogwood, I think I'm still going to leave it alone this year. I don't think I want to prune it. I like maybe some of these branches that are sticking out, but I want this one to be nice and big to create a bit of a privacy screen. Arborvitae, looks like it bounced back from that snow. Hydrangeas, these also, it's too early for these to start budding. It's still too cold yet. Another hellebore back here. Where? I think. Oh yeah. That one had some leaves. Yeah, that's got some little buds coming up there. It was kind of a mix of lawn clippings and leaves that I piled on when we got a little bit colder. We'll see what this shrub here does. It's a sage leaf willow. I think I'm going to get a soaker hose and maybe just kind of wrap it. It's really hard to get a sprinkler towards the back here, and my neighbors don't have a lot of shade in their yard, so they tend to lay out a blanket in this spot because this is about the only corner of shade they have. So then I don't want to sprinkle because I don't want to accidentally sprinkle them. That's sedum. It's got some buds. You can see little buds. I love sedum buds. They're so cute. And maybe some leaves on the salvia. A lot of perennials started sprouting their leaves. This area got some good moisture. Curious if any of those carrots are going to be, I don't know, edible or sizable, I guess, from the fall. Still no sign of garlic sprouts. There's a pretty thick layer of leaf mulch, shredded leaf mulch on here though, so it would take them a while, maybe if I dug down, but I'm just going to leave them be. Boy, I don't know if you can hear that, there's a couple of angry squirrels making noise up in the tree. Azalea, also they set their buds kind of early on. Excited to see that. I hope I get some nice blooms. That was just planted last summer, so it's its first full year. See some sprouts coming up on the aster. A lot of dead annuals over here. I had a pot sitting on those bricks, but it's now everything's getting full. There's also a daylily right here. You can see the little, that was more recently planted. There's another one, same one down here, kind of poking up, and one over there. It's a little trio. This one was the youngest, and I think it's going to be pretty big this year, so I don't know if I'll have space to do anything. Back here, planting, just kind of fill in. Perennials will fill in that space, maybe. I've got the gold color on the Anna's Magic Ball Arborvitae. It's more chartreuse in the summer. Another sedum, I think I saw that last time. Some little green sedum buds coming up there. It's like I forget some of the things I plant out here. Reminder, I got foxglove too. I don't think any of those bloomed last year. Those were a Dalmatian peach foxglove that I grew from seed. But I started them kind of late. They take a little while to get going, and planted them late. I don't recall. I don't think I got any blooms. And Dalmatian peach is one variety that usually blooms first year, but I don't think it had time this year. Those didn't. So hopefully I get blooms this summer. And snapdragons too. They tend to be root hardy in this little microclimate back here. These are coleus, so those, of course, are not hardy at all. And then that was a canna lily, which I do save the tubers, but I have so many. I have had several big ones of that kind that I just didn't get to digging this out, which is fine. Another hydrangea here. No buds yet. That clematis on the trellis there. I need a bigger trellis whenever I can find one for that plant, but that one is so pretty. Hot pink, really vibrant blooms kind of early on in the summer. And it's a type that's supposed to rebloom if you trim it. I have yet to get it to rebloom. Maybe I'm just not trimming it at the right time or the right way. But I sure do enjoy the first round of blooms that it gets. So anyway, that's a little update tour of where the garden is right now. I wonder if this mum... Oh yeah, this mum is sprouting too. Little teeny sprouts down there on that. It's not supposed to be a hardy mum, but it keeps coming back, so evidently it is. These are all annuals. I usually do annuals along the front side here. So signs that, well, it's kind of been all winter. Oh wow, the alliums are sprouting. Those are Millennium allium. Little sprouts. Those are pretty early too. I wonder what kind of spring we'll have. I hope it is maybe a warmer than average spring as well, instead of having this super warm winter and then a cold, rainy spring like we usually have. That'd be kind of nice to have a warm spring. We shall see. So just some updates that I'd walk through. It's in the mid-40s today, but the sun has been nice. It's been sunny a lot, which is unusual for winter here. You don't realize how much of a bad mood it puts you in sometimes when you go for like a week or two with no sun, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out and you're like, oh, okay. No wonder I was grumpy. So it has been nice to have a little more sun this year. At least it feels like there is. So the spring is on the way. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Please subscribe.